You know what hits harder than an epic boss fight? A good old-fashioned revenge story. But not just any revenge. We're talking about the most brutal, most savage, no-mercy paybacks that left us all in shock. Whether it's the victims raging on their bullies or the villains getting exactly what they deserve, these are the most brutal revenge moments in anime that go way beyond simple justice. Most revenge arcs in anime end with the villain's death, but for Simon, what he got was something far worse. He started off as the childhood friend of our MC, and used to be a decent guy with dreams of becoming a top-tier adventurer. But as the party gained money and fame, Simon let it all go to his head, and he turned into a full-blown jerk, constantly belittling the MC while making him do all the dirty work. Eventually, our protagonist had enough of it and walked away, and without him, Simon's party completely fell apart, failing mission after mission. But instead of reflecting on how badly they treated him, they got the brilliant idea to try and use him one last time. Their plan was to take hostages and force the MC into taking the blame for all their crimes. But things went sideways. Simon ended up fusing with a monster and became an immortal being driven purely by ego and jealousy. Then came the final showdown where the MC delivered the ultimate punishment. Rather than kill Simon, he cursed him to suffer forever. Trapped in a decaying, immortal body, constantly dying but never able to truly die, Simon gets stuck in a dungeon where monsters tear him apart over and over for eternity. Eden Zero might seem like a chill show about space pirates and fun adventures, but it's got some of the darkest, most brutal events ever seen in fiction. And the one who meets such an awful end is Kurenai, the cold-hearted woman who sold off her daughter, became a tyrant warlord, and enslaved an entire planet. Like your typical power-drunk rich villain, this woman bought herself a handsome male model just to toy with him. But when she got bored, she didn't just toss him aside, she destroyed his life, ruining his face and his career out of pure spite.
顔だけは勘弁してください。お願いします。顔に傷がついたら仕事が。
おう、顔だけはやめてほしいのですね。だから顔を焼くので、触れないに。次。
Fast forward a few episodes, our MC and his crew finally put an end to Kurenai's reign of terror, freeing the people she kept under her heel. Now the lady tries to run away, but what awaited her was a brutal metal bat to the head, delivered by the very same model she disfigured.
連れてけ。おい、聞いてたより全然美人じゃねえか。よせ、やめなさい。私を誰だと思ってる。イカれたババアだ。そしてこれからは俺たちのペットな。因果応報ってやつだな。やめて、やめて。それだ。やめるんだ。自主退学しろ。はあ？お前はクラスの異物だ。クソだ。だいたいおかしいと思わないか？どうやってお前のママは荒坂アカデミーの学費を稼いでる？違法なことしかないんじゃないのか？バカらしい。待て、話は終わってない。知るか。
Next up is this insane moment from Cyberpunk Edgerunners, where our boy David Martinez absolutely wrecks his bully. Starting off as a brilliant but broke student, our MC was just trying to get by in a city that eats people alive. But after getting humiliated by a rich kid and losing his mom to a broken system, something inside him snapped, He's not the same struggling kid anymore. He's loaded himself up with illegal sandivist and cyberware, powered up beyond belief, and was about to walk down a lawless path his mother never wanted for him. Then it happens. The same bully shows up trying to push David around again, but this time our boy beats the smug out of the guy's face in a single lightning-fast slow-mo beatdown that's over before the a-hole even realizes what hit him. If revenge had a name, it'd be Enma, aka the Hell Girl. Every episode of this anime is a case study in you reap what you sow. Bullying, betrayal, corruption, whatever the crime, our girl gives the victims one way out. Pull the red string, and your tormentor gets sent straight to hell and is punished in the most twisted and ironic ways possible. We've seen cheaters drowned in illusions, abusers turned into dolls, and one boss literally buried alive under the weight of their own sins. And watching that boat ride into the flaming void before delivering their final judgment is creepy, unforgettable, and simply satisfying.
この恨み、地獄へ流します。 The Kingdoms of Ruin is a chaotic mess of an anime, but if there's one thing it commits to with full force, it's brutality. Right from the first episode, we see witches hunted and slaughtered by humans in some of the most savage ways imaginable. And when our MC is forced to watch his kind-hearted mentor die in a public execution, things take a dark turn. What follows is a full-blown massacre as he destroys an entire city and wipes out waves of people in cold blood.
目には目をだろ
But this was just the beginning. He then meets another kind-hearted witch, and together they travel through the bleak, unforgiving world, and for a moment it feels like maybe there's hope for them after all. But then in the final episode, things take a dark and gut-wrenching turn once again, where this sadistic cyborg forces our MC to watch as he rips out the girl's eyes in a brutal twist. Our MC loses it, hitting a whole new level of rage which unlocks his true potential. And without hesitation, he turns the cyborg into a friggin' popsicle. No speech, no mercy, just instant, brutal revenge. Coming up next is this moment from Sengoku Youko, where our MC and his crew square up against this one-eyed monster, overflowing with rage and raw power. Turns out the monster was actually just a girl who had been bullied her whole life simply because of her striking red hair. But one tragic day, her own father sold her off to a deranged scientist who twisted her into a living weapon. But somehow, even in that monstrous form, she remembered the way home. She broke out of the lab and returned, not for closure, but for revenge. Up is this brutal moment from Kaiji the Ultimate Survivor, an anime which was basically the Squid Game before Squid Game. Tonegawa was one of the best manipulators in the series who worked directly under the sick bastard hosting all the games. As a smooth-talking debt enforcer, this man thrived on mind games and power plays, tricking people into doing his bidding. But when his turn came to gamble against our MC, that cocky facade cracked. He underestimated Kaiji massively, and in a final high-stakes showdown, our MC pulled a wild reversal that left Tonegawa completely exposed. And the price of the failure was brutal. The man was roasted alive, fully conscious, feeling every bit of pain as the room filled with the smell of his own scorched flesh. It was savage, horrifying, and honestly, way too uncomfortable to watch. But you gotta hand it to him though. He took it like a man. No begging, no screaming. Just a guy owning up to his loss. And weirdly enough, that final moment earned him a ton of my respect. Dracula's revenge in Castlevania was less of a strike back and more of a full-blown apocalypse. After the church falsely accused his wife Lisa of witchcraft and burned her at the stake, Dracula, who had tried to live peacefully among humans, completely snapped. He unleashed centuries of rage on an entire kingdom and was well on his way to wiping out all of humanity from the planet. But the coldest part? The man gave humans 1 year to make peace with their sins, and when that time came, he rained hell down. Watching him transform grief into genocide was one of the most brutal and unforgettable revenge arcs in anime history.
Kyou no Kyukin da. Hiroe.悪いな、汚くて目に入らなかった。ブレリック家に恥をかかせる気か。この役立たずのウジ虫が。早く立て。おら、早く立たんか。教育的指導を始める。
You know what's worse than getting beaten by someone stronger? Getting devoured by the weakling you bullied for years. Enter Fate Graphite, a guy who had spent his entire life getting pushed around by arrogant knights who beat him up simply because he's weak. And in a world where skills mean everything, it seemed like Lady Luck had abandoned him as he had the weakest, most useless skill that doesn't do anything besides make him constantly hungry. This made everyone treat him like trash, using him as their personal punching bag. But here's the twist. His skill wasn't useless at all. It was a terrifying ability that let him absorb strength from those he killed, feeding both his hunger and his power. And once Fate unlocked its true potential, he came back with vengeance.
Bakana! 聖剣が拾え。情けないやつだな。立て。教育的指導を始める。やめろ。もうやめてくれ。俺がそう言った時、お前らはどうした？
Then, with zero hesitation, he casually offed the dude, absorbed his powers, and used it to upgrade his own weapon. Simply cold.
助けてくれ。あいつの代わりに復讐なんてバカなことはやめろ。黙れ。これは俺のための復讐だ。
僕ちょっと強いかも。
This list will never be complete without this unforgettable moment from Hunter x Hunter, where our adorable and cheerful MC becomes an absolute rage-fueled nightmare. After Pito killed Kite and toyed around with his body, our MC lived only for revenge. And when he finally faced his arch-nemesis in a fight, it was simply brutal. With no mercy whatsoever, our guy uses all his powers to crush Pito like the ant that she was. Absolutely insane.
幾度となく振り下ろしたであろう血にまみれた拳がすでにくず切れのように横たわるピトーの頭部を
じゃ
砕く瞬間であった。じゃあパパ行ってきますよ。
パパ、今日は早く帰ってくるの？
でもなるべく早く帰ってきちゃうぞ。
人間って本当愚かだよね。無駄なことに命かけちゃったりしてさ。
I think we can all agree that the #1 spot on anime revenge moments will always go to Roy Mustang burning Envy to a crisp. Maze Hughes was a good friend of Mustang and was a proud father with a heart of gold who did not deserve the ending that he got. Roy Mustang felt the same way. He was raging within. The way he turned the killer Envy into ash and dust will always be a memorable and satisfying revenge scene in all of anime. And guys, if you love a good revenge story with vengeful main characters, then you must absolutely check out these top 15 anime where the MC is out for blood. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.